Starting this bulletin now with breaking news coming in. India and Pakistan have issued a joint statement agreeing to cease all firing along the line of control. The move came into effect from midnight on 24th or 25th February. The two sides reviewed the situation along the line of control and other sectors. The Director Generals of Military Operations of India and Pakistan held discussions over the established mechanism of hotline contact. The two DGMOs agreed to address the core issues and concerns which may disturb peace and lead to violence. Both sides have now agreed for strict observance of all agreements, understandings and to cease firing along the line of control. According to a statement by the Ministry of Defence, the existing mechanisms of hotline contact and border flag meetings will be utilised to resolve any unforeseen situation or misunderstanding. Now, for more on this news development, our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, is joining us live. Siddhant, thanks for joining us. If you could explain the significance of this statement and also give us some context. What does this mean for the status quo at the LoC?
Well, Priyanka, this is as significant as the disengagement between India and China at the Pangong Lake. We know that the line of control, we have seen it has been very, very hot. Almost on a daily basis, there have been firing since many months now. And the fact that Indian and the Pakistani armies have agreed to issue a joint statement. This is a joint statement between the Indian army and the Pakistani army. This is the level of significance of the entire development. In fact, one thing I can point out is that the next focus will be on implementation on the ground. We know the ceasefire violations have left many people dead on the Indian side. Of course, the Pakistani side has also highlighted that there have been casualties on their side of the line of control. Now the big focus will be on also taking forward this entire initiative. It looks like that this year could mark the beginning of peace between India and Pakistan. Yesterday, we saw the Indian Army chief talking about Pakistan. He talked about the issue of terrorism, but significantly, he also talked about another key issue, saying that violence at the line of actual control does not help anyone. That's a very positive statement coming from the chief of the Indian Army.
Right. Just delving into the wording of the statement here, Siddhant. The statement says that both sides agreed for strict observance of all agreements, understandings and cease firing along the line of control and all other sectors. So the big question is why now, and is this a concrete positive development in what is a strained relationship?
Well, answering the second question first, yes, it's a very concrete step between New Delhi and Islamabad, and coming in the backdrop of disengagement between India and China, line of actual control. So largely, if you look at the problem of China and the belligerence by the Pakistani, this month has been positive in very major sense in many years. In fact, we know that 2019 was a year which saw the India-Pakistan face-to-face, and 2020 was the year when the Chinese were aggressive with India. Now talking about why now, well, this is a question perhaps we can answer later. We know that both sides have, of course, there is a certain sense of fatigue in terms of what has been happening, and there has been talk about peace, not formally, but of course informally. There has been focus on how both sides can come together on same table. In fact, we know that recently India held a meeting, a meeting on COVID management, in which Pakistan was invited. Pakistan was invited under the SAARC umbrella, and we know that Pakistan participated and welcomed what the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to say. The Indian Prime Minister said that there should be a pact on air ambulance, on special visas for doctors and nurses to deal with the pandemic. So largely it looks like by April or March we can see a very significant development between India and Pakistan. I don't know about talks, but yes, there can be some kind of development. We know after the revocation of the special status for the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir in August of 2019, Pakistan had withdrawn its envoy, and since then there has been no envoy here, and of course there hasn't been any Indian envoy in Pakistan as well.
Right, Siddhant, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for all your inputs, and of course we'll come back to you for more as more details emerge about the situation at the LoC. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.